High God and his ways. And that...
So what you're seeing over here, Jimmy Evans is actually the one blessing Doug Weiss and Joni Lamb's wedding. The same one who is writing the article when the devil talks, when the devil wants to talk about your wife. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, this is a very questionable individual for sure. All of a sudden, everything was fine as far, like, in my opinion, because I've spent so much time with you guys, therefore you guys check mark. It's free for you guys to marry. No. What does the Bible teach? Jimmy Evans doesn't get to decide when people should get married. It's clear. Okay, Doug left his wife without any biblical grounds. So, can we address that? No, this guy didn't want to address that at all. So, it's very disappointing, but this is what you're getting out of, Daystar, right? Like, this is what they do out there. And, you could see there they had a very, a big wedding. You know what I mean? Like, hey. So, this is what I found, guys. Okay? So, look at this. Okay? So, this is NPR did an investigation to Daystar. And they actually went there. Okay? So, I'll read it to you guys here. Burnett, Daystar is the largest TV network in America that's classified as a church with the IRS. The distinction is important because churches are the least transparent of all nonprofits. They are not only tax exempt, but they enjoy special protection from IRS audits, and they don't reveal details of their finances. Remember what Jonathan was questioning about? That's why these people can do whatever else they want to do with their money. Okay? I wanted to attend a service. Okay, this is Burnett, right? I wanted to attend a service, so I went to Daystar Broadcast headquarters in the suburban city of Bedford between Dallas and Fort Worth. It sits on a green lawn next to a cluster of satellite dishes facing a state highway. I approached the smiling receptionist. Is there a church service here at Daystar? Identified a woman. Well, we don't really have a church service. We have a show. Burnett, you have a show. Not really a church service? Identified woman. Yeah. Burnett. This is Marcus Lamb. Marcus Lamb declined numerous requests to speak to NPR for this report. Daystar did not respond to questions in a 4-page letter. In that letter, they pointed out that the IRS has recognized Daystar as a church from the network's inception. The letter also says Daystar regularly conducts marriages, funerals, baptisms, and communion, just like any other church. Yet, former employees interviewed by NPR said they could not recall a single instance of this happening. Guys, where are these baptisms happening? I would like to know. And Daystar is performing communion. Who is receiving communion? And which funeral have they officiated? You telling me there's a funeral that was officiated by Daystar? And which wedding was officiated by Daystar? The Joni and Doug Weiss Daystar? That's what they mean? Bill Hobart, it's not a church. I mean, they're a television broadcasting company. That's what they are. Burnett, that's former IT manager Bill Hobart, sitting outside a Starbucks. I also put the question to Lisa Anderson, former executive assistant to Marcus and Joni Lamb. Is Daystar a church? Lisa Anderson, the way I know a church, I would lean more on the negative. Burnett, why? Why do you say that? Anderson, when the lights are on and the cameras are on, we are in ministry. When those lights are off, cameras are off, it doesn't feel like a ministry. Burnett, what does it feel like? Anderson, a business making money. That's what Daystar is. It's a business making money for sure. These people are willing to throw their own grandchildren under the bus. There's nothing that's going to stand in their way. Bennett, the IRS has its own definition of a church. It's called the 14-point test. Among the criteria: regular services, Sunday school, ordained ministers, and the regular congregation. But it rarely enforces the 14-point test anymore. And in fact, has never challenged Daystar claim to be a church. In a deposition filed with court records, Marcus Lamb defended Daystar's standing as a church, saying the network's viewers are congregation. I repeat, Marcus Lamb, who used to own Daystar, John Lamb's husband who passed away, says the viewers are the congregation. Guys, I need to pause it right there. Okay, so I need to, guys, according to them, you guys, anybody who has viewed Daystar, you are a congregation. So I want to ask, when was the last time you received communion from your pastor from Daystar? When was the last time they blessed your babies? They said the viewers are the congregation. The way these people are messing around with people's money. People are donating, thinking like, okay, these people are out here, quote unquote, doing good work. Are they doing good work? I'm sure. But they are living luxurious lifestyle. Like, but we continue. No. Why are you billing? That's your private, your honeymoon. That's your private thing. What does that got to do with Daystar? A church, because that's what it is, right? So can you imagine your pastor at your church takes church money to go for his honeymoon? And he's still coming back as your pastor at your church? Because they say Daystar is a church. Oh my gosh, Tammy, can you hear what they're saying? Tammy Moncrief, good for you to be here. Cece, have you watched Daystar? Are you a member of Daystar? You are part of the congregation. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is what they are telling us, okay? Welcome, guys, for you to be, I could not even believe what I'm reading. And by the way, this is coming from people who used to work there, right? So this is what they're saying, okay? So very, very unfortunate. Yes, honeymoon cost for Joni and Doug, yes, 100,000. By the way, that was for 7 days, okay? For 7 days. For 7 days. Yes, money from the congregation, because this is a church, as they are telling us. So let's hear some more. All right. I asked Washington tax lawyer Marcus Owens, former director of the exempt organization section of the IRS, can a TV audience be a church congregation? Owens referred to a case when he was at the service in which that same issue came up. Marcus Owens, that argument did not fly because of the absence of the congregation, a group in the room with the religious leader when the services occurred. Bernard, one advantage of being a church is not having to file an IRS Form 990, which is required for other nonprofits, including NPRs. 990s tell how the money is made, how it's spent, the salaries of executive employees. In Daystar's case, without this public information, there is no way for donors to be certain how their money is being used. And they give an average of $35 million a year to the network. This figure comes from 6 years of audited financial statements, including an exhibit in connection with a 2011 employee lawsuit that was dismissed. Guys, that was in 2011, okay? When these guys are ringing in $35 million a year, we're in 2024 right now, because it was already designated as a $1 billion organization. How much money is it? These guys, they can just throw $100,000 for 7 days. NPR inspected a banker's box full of internal Daystar documents. the network tried to keep out of the public record, but which a state judge unsealed. We found records of charitable giving at odds with what the network claims and generous donations to and businesses dealing with friends. According to the records, Daystar's primary revenue comes from selling airtime to other religious programmers. Its secondary income is donations through pitches like this, okay? Identified man number 2. If that's you today, if you need a breakthrough, if you need a blessing, quickly move to the phone. Quickly move to the phone. Dial. You see, this is how they're raising funds, okay, in exchange for your blessings. What horrible. And they're using that money frivolously. Okay, Daystar has a built public image as a generous giver to charitable causes. Indeed, the network has contributed to millions of dollars to a trauma center and a home for Holocaust survivors in Israel, and a hospital in Calcutta, and ministries that support women in Moldova and children in Uganda. Marcus Lamb trumpeted those donations in 2009. Come on, guys. We need new data now. Lamb, but yet the last 5 years, Daystar has written checks of donations to others, to ministries, to churches, to missions, to hurricanes relief, tsunami risk, hospitals, etc. Okay, so they do give to charitable organizations, okay, but they are also pocketing a whole bunch of money. NPR analyzes 6 years of Daystar balance sheets. They show a network took $208 million in tax deductible contributions and gave away $9.7 million in direct grants to $30 million. It works out charitable giving of about 5% of donor revenue. I'm not even good at math, the math and mathing here. Oh my goodness. Okay, Daniel, my concern is the disconnect between what they ask that the money be used for and how they actually use it. Bingo!
All lies will be exposed. That's all. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Exactly. Okay? Daystar needs to tell people that only about 5% of their contributions are going towards hospitals. What? So if these people they are giving 5%, guys, 95%, where is 95% going? Wow. Bennett, in its letter, Daystar explains the discrepancy by saying most of the viewer contributions actually go to pay the cost of foreign satellite transmission. No, I'm not buying it. That's a lie. 95%? We wanted to see whether the actual cash grants go where who received Daystar charity. We found that while most of them are individual churches and ministries across America, some of the donations have family connections. According to court records, Daystar gave a total more than $800,000 to Oral Roberts University, mostly during years when the 3 Lamb children were enrolled there, to the Christian high school they attended, to the Lamb Family Church, Gateway Church. Why is Gateway receiving any contribution from Daystar? A congregation of 100,000 over there. We know what happened with Robert Morris. Okay, according to here, Gateway Church received something from Daystar. To the Christian marriage counselors that Marcus and Joni used, and to the Georgia nursing home where Marcus's father lived before he died. So this says to counselors that Marcus and Joni used. Remember, who was Marcus and John counselor? Doug Weiss. Now, Doug Weiss is married to who? So, I suspect Doug Weiss saw that there was money there. We continue. Moreover, evangelists who bought airtime on Daystar or appeared as guests on the network received more than $500,000. Ministry spending included $500,000 in sponsorship and expenses for a Christian NASCAR driver and a $2.3 million loan to Lamb's former special assistant and golfing buddy to start a church which defaulted on the loan. There's more donation information on npr.org. Who is getting $500,000 to appear on Daystar? Who? And by the way, you have people like T.D. Jakes appears on Daystar. Joe Austin appears on Daystar. I mean, it would be a lot easier to sort all this out if Daystar filed a public disclosure document. Oh, no, they're not fighting anything. These people are out here chasing their own son to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Why would they put anything public? Hey, oh my goodness. If you want to make a contribution to your father's care facility or your kids' university, and that's out there and open for anybody to ask about, it brings a lot of accountability that wouldn't be there otherwise. Yeah. So Daystar is, this is a business organization that's feeding the Lamb family. There's nothing wrong in having a business, by all means. But if you're going to tell us that Daystar is a church, we expect you to operate like a church. But if you're saying that you're a church, but you're not a church, so the money that you're using, you're not using as the way the church would do, we have, you know what I mean? Like, we are the congregation, right? If you watch Daystar, we have a right to know what they're using the money for, since they have designated as a congregation. Guys, this is that's just a lot. Okay? But what are you guys saying in the chats? Guys, thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. Okay? It's so okay. Okay, let's just finish because it's almost like there. This information is just like, oh, man, what is happening? Okay? So let's finish up. It's almost done. Okay. We were curious how common is this lack of transparency among big TV ministries. At NPR's request, the Trinity Foundation Watchdog Group in Dallas that monitors televangelists compiled an official list of the nation's 30 largest religious broadcasters. It turns out 22 of the top 30 are designated as churches. There you have it. So this is, I don't know. What can we do about this information, okay? Because these are the people who are supposed to be the church, right? And they are saying, just the way they are using the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not how you use church funds. This is not how you use any church funds, okay? Anybody. So, yeah, no wonder they had to let go. That's why they had to let Jonathan go. He was asking questions he wasn't supposed to be asking. And the fact that he was part of the board, okay, he's part of the family, he knows where everything is at. So they wouldn't have let him get away with it. They had to definitely come after him. Now, that it makes sense. That explains it, for sure. It explains it. That explains it. It's unfortunate. It's very sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not. These people are siblings. Okay, these are brothers and sisters. Right now, they are at odds with each other because of this information. Right? The grandparents didn't. They just didn't want to take care of this properly, and now here we are. So it's very sad. Very, very sad. But this is what happens, right? When you do things, you do not operate according to the scriptures. You are doing your own thing. Sooner or later, the rooster is going to come home to roost. That's what we are witnessing right now in real time. Yes. Deborah, good to see you. Jonathan should have obeyed God and left his father and mother, cleave to his wife. I hope his family heal and live. I hope so too. So I think this case is going to get big. And the way these people have money, okay? So they can afford to hire any lawyer you can imagine. Okay? They are not going to let Jonathan and Suzy get in the way of this empire. So I'm sure, obviously, it's a Daystar. They already have their lawyers. People have already signed their NDAs. So I'm sure this is definitely an ongoing case. There will be a lot because there's just a lot that's coming up. Okay? Yeah, so, yeah. It's a lot that is going on over there. But we believe
all lies will be exposed. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
All lies will definitely be exposed. All lies will be definitely exposed. Yes, guys. So, man, ouch, good to see you. Okay. Polonaise, Dagen the off one. John is wicked. Yeah, man. Oh, I did have, let's see, we had, maybe we can do it another day because I did find some videos of Doug Wise, okay? The one who married Johnny Lab. It's just like, okay. There was like a tiny picture over here. But there's some shady stuff out there going on. Okay? And when people start deleting things, they are doing certain things just like, okay, you know what I mean? It causes some suspicions. So this is what has transpired, guys, with Daystar, you know? Who are the birth children of Joni and her deceased. So it's Rachel, Rebecca, Jonathan. Rachel, Rebecca, and Jonathan. So, on the picture here, let's see. Yeah, so on the picture here, so this is Rachel, this is Rebecca, and this is Jonathan, and this is Suzy. So these three kids are their children there. So, I mean, they have, beautiful family, okay? All the pictures they put out there, nice pictures and everything, yeah? So sad. Shara, good to see you. We've seen it all year, Christ purifying his church. Yeah, man, a lot of stuff coming out of Dallas, man. Like Texas, this year, Texas. Oh, Robert Morris, Steve Lawson. So many people, man, that are Tony Evans, yeah. Oh, Texas. So, yes, page the evil among you. Yeah. So, yes. So this is, what we have definitely uncovered, okay? So this is even like the scripture that I shared, okay? This is also even quoted in 2 Corinthians 2:13, okay? This is the third time I'm coming to you. Every charge must be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. That's what, that's how you conduct biblical justice, right? You need to have evidence. So there are things that you might think like, okay, oh, wow, maybe this is exactly what it is. But until all these other things, you know what I'm saying? They're going to go through the court system. There'll be some findings, okay? Obviously, Joni and them, they also have their side of the story. But some of the things that was put out there, we were even able to corroborate with the article from NPR, right? With the IRS. Like, okay, they cannot disclose things because according to the IRS, they are not obligated to. They are registered as a church. This is what the IRS are saying. You know what a church is supposed to be. I know what a church is supposed to be. We are able to independently verify, like, no, Daystar is not a church. So why don't you just do business if that's what you're doing? If you want to do a church, just do a church. Why are you saying that you're a church and that you're not a church? And then you are a Christian ministry. So there are things that you can easily boom, 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 be able to verify. But the main story of it all will be able to see, like saying like, oh, Joni, if she speaks, whatever she says is a God. Like, no, that's blasphemy. Okay, that's blasphemy. If she said that, she did that, that's what it's being reported. Is she going to say that's what she said? Is she going to deny it? Who knows? But we know whatever is coming out of there, it's not passing the biblical standards. As people who professes to be Christians, as a Christian network, how are you receiving all this money and what you're giving out as an organization, as a church, is 5%? Like, what is that? Not even 10%. At least we'll be like, we give out the 10% because we're busy into tithing, right? No, this guy is 5%. Man, yes, the love of money, okay? Nothing wrong with the money, but the love of it is the root of all evil. So we can see all that, yeah? What did Marcus die for makes you wonder if it's... Yeah, the story was like, due to what happened in 2020, died out of those complications. Okay, when your mother and father forsake you, when your mother and father forsake you, the Lord. Yeah, the Lord will never leave you or forsake you, right? So these are the things, right? Like to follow Christ, you should be willing to pick up the cross, right? Like if you love Christ, like, you have to love him more than you love your mom, your dad, your parents, and everything, right? Like loving Christ is paramount. So you should be willing to lose those relationships for the sake of Christ, okay? Those relationships are in your life for a reason. But there's people who have followed Christ and forsake their families because their families was getting in the way for them to compromise on the word of God. It's not an easy thing to do, but those are the things that we are called to do as Christians. All who desire to live godly lives will be persecuted. And that is going to come in different forms for all Christians. Yes, do not, you have liberty. Do not use your liberty as a means for gain, right? So there's a lot that's going on, yeah? Marcus died when he got, that's why he died from. Yeah, just in time for Daystar to be left behind the tribulation at best. Oh, man. Hopefully they are all saved. All right, guys. I know today is Sunday. I do appreciate you guys for being here, okay? So stay tuned. We have more content coming out this week. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed. And be sure to like this live stream if you haven't yet, to fight the algorithm most, okay? This is not a church, guys. We are not a Daystar out here. We are not a Daystar out here, but all in all, guys, I do appreciate your presence. I do appreciate your viewership. Thank you guys for being here. We did a couple videos already that are available on the channel, so be sure to check all those out. And make sure you leave me a comment. What do you think about this whole story? Okay? Is the math thing? Okay? What is your objection? What are you looking forward? Because there is a developing story that's coming out. We'll make sure we'll comb through whatever we can find. We'll be sure to bring all that information for you guys so we can all analyze it and say it together, right? But all in all, whatever happens, the truth will come out, okay? So we always have to be the people of the truth, pursuing the truth, right? So we're going to wait to hear what Joni is going to say. If she'll say something, we're going to wait to see if other family members are going to say something, because the majority of people who are employed at Daystar, they are all family members. They are connected one way or the other. It's like, it is a family business, but they're calling it as a church. So what do you think about them calling Daystar as a church? Yeah. All right, guys, I'll let you guys get ready. Okay, tomorrow is Monday. So thank you so much for being here. We'll see you, one of these days for sure. But we have more videos already on the channel for you guys. All right, that is all that I had for you guys today. I hope you find this to be informative to you. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Skies, and Twitter. Instagram as well. Until next time, remember to be in the know. Thank you.